rumored that you're one of the first people to introduce her to YouTube. The industry.
No, it was there before. It's just that what happened was we were running Fiesta TV, and we were approached by Google. They didn't have a space to allow people to monetize at that time.
Okay.
So they picked a few companies. One of them was mine. The other was Pigeon Music, which was Panji's, and I believe Multimedia.
Okay.
So they gave spaces, and what they did was they would give a back-end access to YouTube, and you would be able to create channels for artists. So the R2B's channel, Sarkodie's channel, we created all of that stuff. EL, at that time, we even had a launch where we invited people around and showed them how the earnings and everything. So you get a percentage. They enabled us to be able to monetize content. Prior to that, what was happening was that people in Europe who knew that you could monetize would load Ghanaian videos.
They'll take from the original site.
Kwame TV.
Yes, I remember there was this Kwame Joe guy.
Kwame Joe.
Who's that guy?
I never met him, but
I'm not sure he's even a guy. Like nobody's met him. This guy's made. I'm sure he's built houses, mansions.
We faced a lot of flack with this thing because at some point people say, "Oh yeah, you've put stuff on and you haven't told us," and this, that, and the other. Initially, what we did was the videos that had been brought to us on Fiesta, we sent it to Google and they put it on the system, which allows them to be able to track. It acts as a fingerprint to track everybody else who has uploaded those things, and then pull whatever revenues those uploads do. And once it crosses $100, then they pay out. Right. And so then we can also then pay out to the artist. And so we
so
used
was
to do
that why
for a
they felt
long
that you were making money off their sweats?
Exactly. So at some stage when that situation worked, and I think it was an experiment by Google to find out whether it was viable to enable Ghana to be able to be on the system. When it worked out, eventually they opened it up for anyone to, once you cross a certain threshold, to be able to open your channel.
So you monitor your
so we were the experiment, if you like, and it worked out. And so all of the channels that you're seeing that people are, the blogging channels and all the music channels and things, it's really emanating from that. Eventually what we did was we released the channels. If you ask us to release it, we release the channels back to you. And so over the last couple of years, a vast majority has all been released back to the artist. Sometimes you get complaints, and I heard Kwame Miki once mention that Panji and myself squandered money.
Yeah, I heard
squandering money means that you've been giving some money and you have misappropriated, and I found that to be very wrong. I think people should be careful when they publish stuff, because the same writer on the same platform had an article years before. This is what I say, people don't research, which shows us making, like Ohene-Media makes these payments. Ohene-Media launches stuff. So everything that Kwame had been complaining about on the radio program was already something that could easily have been answered if the person had just bothered to read. But they look for sensationalism, and then they publish stuff. And sometimes